Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten here, bringing you the 4th episode in our walkthrough for Nancy Drew, the White Wolf of Icicle Creek. We just got a few tasks from Ollie to complete. Let's maybe just check in with Yanni quick.
Nancy, I am glad to see you.
Are you all right? You seem upset.
You must listen. I was outside skiing very fast, as usual, and suddenly, boom! Snow, dirt, rocks, everything went flying into the air right in front of me. There is a mad bomber on the loose.
You think it was a bomb?
Of course it was a bomb. My competitors bombed the bunkhouse thinking I would be so frightened that I would abandon my training and leave. Only I wasn't frightened, so now they are trying to bomb me.
We're in the middle of nowhere. Just where do you think these people are hanging out?
They can operate anywhere in the world, under all conditions. It would not surprise me if someone right here in the lodge is right now under their employ. But to them, I say, "Pa!" They do not scare me. I am the best cross-country skier in the world. I will neutralize their petty threats with my excellent strength, skill, and speed. I am sorry. Enough about my problems. Did you want something?
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
We'll talk again, I'm sure.
Well, that was interesting. He's a bit confident in himself, isn't he? And a bit paranoid. Very interesting. Okay, let's see if we can... Sound of snoring. Oh, it's Lupe.
Well, who are you?
My name's Nancy Drew.
Perhaps what I should have asked Nancy is, what are you? You're obviously much too young to be a paying guest.
I'm the new maid.
Oh, the new maid, thank goodness! I was wondering how much longer the owner expected us to endure these conditions and still pay full price.
Jeez.
How long has Elsa been gone?
2 days, I think. Maybe even 3. I don't know. It's all a blur of dirt and dust and soap residue. My name is Guadalupe Comillo. My friends call me Lupe. Be a doll and clean my room first. It'll hardly take you any time at all, especially compared to the other rooms. The other guests are all men. Single men.
Well, I'm happy to report that I've already cleaned your room.
Excellent.
I hate to sound nosy, but what are you doing?
Birds. I'm watching birds. That's what I am, you see, a bird watcher. Sometimes I go outside and watch, and sometimes I stay inside. It all depends on what the birds feel like doing and what I feel like doing.
What kind of birds do you see here?
In the short time I've been here, I've seen hawks, eagles, orioles, cardinals, jays, nothing truly rare. But to a wildlife lover such as myself, seeing them in such a spectacular setting is thrilling nonetheless.
Have you met the other guests?
I've bumped into them at one time or another, yes. I don't spend all my time in front of this window. That Yanni fellow, he's very talented but extremely intense. His whole life revolves around being the best in the world. As for the 2 who are always sitting across the way playing that silly game, the older man, Bill Kessler, he's no deep thinker, but he's nice enough. But the other one, that college student, talking to him is like trying to converse with a giant turnip. No social graces whatsoever. I almost prefer talking to the handyman. Almost. Anyone that intent on destroying something as glorious as that wolf is hardly worth talking to.
Yeah, fair point.
Have you ever seen the wolf that's been hanging out around here?
No. Not that I'm looking for it, of course. Yanni occasionally skis by, and that dullard of a student, I see him snowshoeing occasionally. But I've yet to see the wolf. Have you seen it?
Me? I'm just the maid, remember? But I did find a bunch of tracks beyond the pond. You could try following them and maybe see the wolf that way.
Maybe I will. Have you told anyone else what you just told me?
No.
Good. Don't. You see, I'd like to see this wolf for myself, and I don't want everyone else going after it and scaring it away. And there's no telling what that trigger-happy handyman might do. So it'll just be our little secret, all right?
Good luck with your birding.
Toodaloo!
Nice to meet Lupe. Go check in with Bill.
Nancy! Hey, got a proposition for you. Ever been ice fishing?
No, but I've always wanted to try it.
Well, you're about to. Here's the deal. I need some competition, so I want you to go out there and try to catch a bigger fish than I caught yesterday, which means you gotta catch a 2-foot northern pike. Now, it's a bit of a hike out to the lake, but the shack is solar heated, so it's nice and warm inside. So what do you say, kiddo? You game?
Anything to make you guests happy.
Atta girl.
Are you by any chance related to Rolf Kessler, the guy who used to build carousels around the turn of the last century?
No idea.
That's a reference to the haunted carousel, where Kessler was the name of the carousel maker.
Well, sorry to bother you.
Anytime you want to talk, just wake me up.
Goes back to sleep immediately. I wish I could fall asleep that quickly. That would be really helpful. I have a really hard time falling asleep. Okay. Let's see. So we need to go catch a northern pike. Oh, it's looking really cold though, so we need to be careful. But he did say that the inside of the fishing hut is heated, so that should be okay. Oh, and we need to go to Skookum Ridge for Ollie. Let's do that first. Let's go to Skookum Ridge. Let's ride the snowmobile. Riding snowmobiles in real life is so much fun. I love snowmobiling. Okay, make sure we're pointing in the right direction. And you, whoa! Okay, maybe don't, I was gonna say you hold down the mouse button, but maybe don't hold it down, oops, all the way. Oops. If you repeatedly click, then you're kind of revving it up without going too fast. You don't want to run into things as often as I just did because that's, oops, running into trees is not ideal. Okay, there we go. That was awful.
The sign's not buried, so I guess there hasn't been an avalanche.
Good to know. And now we go back. And try not to run into things again. Oh, goodness. Okay. Whoa. Who's making all of these snowmen? Wah. Whoa. Whoa, almost ran right into that tree. No way anyone could ever make a turn as sharp as I did back there in real life. Oops. I didn't touch that rock. Made it back. Mostly in one piece. And we're not cold because it's got a heated seat. And heated hand warmers. That's probably the more important thing because your fingers can get really numb when you're on a snowmobile. Okay, let's see. We need to go to the fishing pond. That's the skating pond. I think the fishing pond is this way.
Who goes there?
Nancy Drew?
Nancy Drew shall not pass unless and until she proves herself worthy.
And how does she do that?
By hitting the Snow Princess 10 times. Snowballs only, no ice balls.
What are ice balls?
Snowballs made of ice. If you get hit with one, it can knock you out. So don't throw any or I'll tell my dad.
You must be Ollie's daughter, Freddie.
I am the Snow Princess. Prepare to defend yourself.
Oh. See, and the goal is to hit Freddie before she hits you. Gotta hit her 10 times. Oh. Got her.
The Snow Princess surrenders. For now.
Oh, Freddie. Oh, this is the bunkhouse. Let's check this out. What's this?
The face from a clock. It's all melted. Part of the timing device that was used to trigger the bomb that blew up the bunkhouse, maybe?
Hmm. Very interesting. What does it look? That looks like a clock face from another game. What's another game that had clock faces like that? I don't know, it looks familiar. I might have to think about that. But the bunkhouse definitely blew all the way up, so it's a good thing nobody got hurt. Could have been really dangerous. Okay, let's walk to the lake. Oh, it's so pretty. The snow is gorgeous.
If I don't get warm soon, I may not make it.
Okay, well, let's get inside the ice house then. In we go.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
It looks like someone came in here and just wrecked everything, including the fishing gear. So much for catching a 2-foot northern pike.
Yikes. What's this?
Left behind by whoever trashed this place, maybe? 202-555-7237. That's a U.S. phone number.
Birds of the Southwest? Who do we know that is into birds? These gloves are the same gloves that belong to Katie Firestone in Danger on Deception Island. Fun fact.
No fishing for me, thanks to whoever trashed this place.
Yeah, because we don't have a fishing pole. Let's see, I think that's all the cookies in here. Well, now that we're warmed up, I guess we can go walk back to the lodge. It's interesting. Very interesting.
It is really, really cold out here.
Then we better go in quickly. Shouldn't we, Nancy? There's the icy stairs. Gotta walk all the way around.
I feel warmer already.
Warmth.
Somebody left me a note.
What's this? Nancy, I really like playing snowball fights with you, but I'm afraid you won't want to play with me anymore. If you play with me and win, I'll give you my top secret way I can stay out in the cold for so long. Freddie. That could be useful. What time do we need to do dinner? It's 4:30, which is when I like to eat dinner, honestly, but duties. Cooking. I think it's 6, yeah. 6 to 7. Okay, well, we went to Skookum Ridge, so I'll tell Ollie that. It's kind of keeping track of a lot of things. And we don't have a... Do we have a checklist? No, we don't, because we're on Senior Detective. Otherwise, we would.
You check out Skookum Ridge.
Yep, no avalanche. There's your snowmobile key.
You make a report to the Avalanche Patrol?
Not yet.
That's okay. I'll call them. What else do you want?
Someone went into the ice fishing shack and ruined all of Bill Kessler's equipment.
Probably some animal-loving eco-fanatic who figured it was time to save the fish.
So much for trying to catch a bigger fish than Mr. Kessler.
Say no more. There's my tackle box. It's all yours. Kessler tried to rope me into competing with him, but I can't very well do that when you've got my hook and line now, can I?
No, I don't suppose you can.
What else do you want?
Sneaky, Ollie.
I'd better get back upstairs.
Keep me posted.
Better check in with Yanni while we're down here.
I'm glad for the chance to talk once again. There is something I must explain.
By all means, explain away.
What I said before about wolves. It is because my grandmother was killed by wolves. Killed and devoured.
Are you serious?
Years ago, when my mother was a little girl, her mother, my grandmother, was on her way back from the village on her motor scooter, which was and still is the only means of transportation most Fredonians can afford. It was January, and the sun had just set, and it was dark, very cold. There were thousands of wolves in the countryside that winter. At night they would roam in huge, hungry packs. My grandmother was halfway home when she came upon a young man waving from the side of the road for her to stop. He too had been on a scooter, but his had broken down, and wolves were gathering all around him, preparing to attack. My grandmother, of course, stopped, and he leapt on behind her, and they took off down the road with the wolves, dozens of them, chasing after them. But with 2 people riding it, her scooter was slow, much too slow, and the wolves soon caught up with them. And when one of the wolves seized my grandmother's boot in its teeth and started to pull, instead of helping her, the man pushed her off the bike. It instantly gained speed and he got away. my grandmother, set upon by the wolves, did not.
If she died, how do you know that's what happened?
Tormented by guilt, the young man eventually confessed. He went to prison for several years, and the wolves were hunted year-round until the countryside was rid of them. But the damage was done. And so, I'm happy to talk to you about any subject except wolves. About them, I have nothing to say.
You're busy, so I'll let you go.
Kavichinaya.
He's so weird. Yeah, no, we're done talking. I don't need to hear any more wolf stories. How likely is it that that actually happened? I mean, come on. Okay, we can maybe talk to Lupe.
I'm glad you stopped by. The alarm clock is missing from my room. I don't necessarily need another one. I just don't want to be charged for that one, seeing as I have no idea where it went to.
I'll make a note of it.
You're a doll. Now, did you want to ask me something?
Do you want a book about birds of the Southwest?
I might. Why do you ask?
Because I found a piece of a book cover in the fishing shack, and since it was about birds, I wondered if it was yours.
No, it's not from any book I have. I've never been in the ice fishing shack, so how could it be?
I'll let you go.
Ta-ta!
You know, I don't know if I believe you, Lupe. Don't know at all. Oh, they're back.
Hey, little Miss Fisherman. What can I do for you?
Well, I better get back to work.
Glad you dropped by.
What's up?
So you go to school in California?
Yep. University of California at Brea.
What kind of degree are you working on?
Master of Fine Arts.
Cool. So what's your favorite medium?
What is this, like the Spanish Inquisition?
Hey, give her a break. She's just trying to make pleasant conversation.
Oh, right. My favorite medium? Dirt.
You paint with dirt?
I create works of art by manipulating naturally occurring geophysical substances like dirt. Sometimes I just use my hands, but most of the time heavy machinery is involved.
Oh, brother.
Nobody understands my art. But that's cool. To be great is to be misunderstood. FYI, Ralph Waldo Emerson said that.
You're kind of obnoxious.
Is this your first time at the lodge?
Yep. My car broke down on my way to Lake Louise last summer. Pulled in here to wait for the tow truck and figured it'd be a cool place to visit during the winter, so here I am.
So, you like to snowshoe?
I like doing stuff outside. Snowshoeing's about all I can afford.
Is it a hard sport to learn?
You don't learn how to snowshoe. If you need to get through snow that's too deep to walk through, you slap on some snowshoes and you just do it.
What do you think about all the weird things that have been happening around here?
I think they're kind of cool. Accidents make life colorful, you know?
You wouldn't be saying that if you were the one who'd slipped on those ice-covered stairs or eaten that bad potato salad or had those 4 flat tires.
Hey, I had that broken window.
Broken window?
I went snowshoeing on like the 3rd day I was here, and when I got back, the window in my room was broken. Glass was all over the place.
Who broke it?
Don't know. Don't know what broke it either. There was no rock on the floor, no bullet, no nothing.
It was the wolf. Tried to jump up into your room, but didn't quite make it.
That's bogus, dude. My room's on the 2nd floor, and besides, wolves don't do stuff like that.
Hey, that wolf does a lot of stuff wolves aren't supposed to do. That's why it needs to be hunted down.
It's just doing its thing, man. Get off its case. Anyway, my window broke and nobody knows why. Pretty awesome, huh?
Do you ever see anyone else when you're out there snowshoeing?
I see that Yanni guy sometimes. I'll be plodding along and he'll go zooming by. Those skis of his are like rockets, man. He's all like zippy zoom.
Do you ever see the wolf?
Never. Sometimes I hear it howl, though. Bad news, man. It doesn't take a very big sound to trigger an avalanche. And when you're out there by yourself, nothing will ruin your day faster than a couple of tons of snow roaring your way at 100 miles an hour.
Tell me about it. Well, I'll let you go.
Rock and roll.
He was very hesitant to talk to us at all, which makes him kind of obnoxious, you know? Not a fan. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave this part here, so I will see you in the next part, fellow detectives. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon.